Hey everyone, let's take a look at the Aston Martin DB5 by LEGO Speed Champions. This is set number 76911 and it contains about roughly 295 bricks. So we get to make a nice gray car, very basic gray. I'm hoping that's metallic. I can already spot stickers. And don't worry, you will be able to build one of these pretty soon yourself. Well, it looks just like the picture. Haven't done one of these since the last one. And these are pretty interesting builds. So, I don't know the retail price of this. Like I've said in the last one, LEGO doesn't give us a lot of information. So, your guess is as good as mine. For me, it's probably about $40, $50. So, let's see what it looks like in person. Off to the left, we have what appears to be James Bond. I haven't really seen 007 in years. And he's holding a wrench, so obviously he's going to have to do a tune-up on this vehicle. It's got a one-sided head, and he really can't stand up very straight because he's holding a wrench. So we'll set him off to the side for a bit, and let's take a look at the Aston Martin, which is a British car. And I know that this is part of the movie theme and stuff, but the gray, no. And yes, this thing uses a lot of stickers, so if you're not really into putting stickers on, well, yeah, this set's probably not for you. The tail lights are printed. I like the rear exhaust. And these little, I don't know what those you would call those. I'm not a car person. And some of this stuff is metallic. Like that license plate, I was cringing. I had to put that on a metallic tile. And these corner pieces here are printed as well. So the headlights are printed and the tail lights. And that's about it. Everything else is stick. Well, this grill is also printed too. Now, the build quality on this, we're just going to jump right on into the review, is pretty good. Okay. Except there is some pieces like these here that feel like they're ready to break. The bumpers are just barely hanging on. So just like taking a look at the bottom here, these can really get out of alignment really quick. You can see all this stuff just, I'm afraid if I sneeze or cough, this is just literally going to fall apart. Yeah, so it's meant to be just as a display piece, just meant to be admired. Now, when I was building this, I thought this opened up, but it doesn't. So maybe the car's a little hungry or something, I don't know. Now, taking the top off is somewhat simple. It just rests on a few studs. And the windshield also comes out too to set a minifigure inside. So we'll just take all that off. And yes, it still uses these little dinky steering wheels. Now, when you're building this, you have to follow the instructions very closely. I've made a few mistakes myself I had to correct. So, it's not really an easy build in terms of, well, don't build this before you're going to bed. Because it will not do any good. So our figure can sit inside. It's best to take off the windshield, put him inside, and you can put the windscreen back on. Okay, and of course this just rests in between these studs here. Just snaps right in place. So it is scale for minifigures. Now for play value, could this be played with? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. No, it's really not meant to be played with. You could. It will fall apart very easily though. So this is just meant to be as a display piece, a shelf hog. It's just meant to be admired. And could you put this in a city? You could. It's only, if you count from wheel to wheel, this is about 9 studs. So it's a little too big for an average LEGO City Road, but it still would look pretty good parked somewhere. Unless you make custom roads that are about 10 studs wide, you could probably get this to work. So Now, did it keep my interest building it? Just like with the Dodge Charger, this is a nice build. Now, this is the second one I've received. This was provided to me by Lego for review, and honestly though, it's a very well thought out build. It's just not sturdy enough, but it is scaled for minifigures and such. Now, in addition, I didn't put the stickers on the license plate. I just did the ones with the instructions, but you do come with 4 sets of different types of license plates, and a bunch of 1x3 metallic silver flat tiles are included, so you get 8 of these to put the stickers on. I didn't put them on there because I'm gonna use those anyways for other mocks. Don't tell anybody that. So that's up to you if you would like to change these and put what you want on there. Now, in my opinion though, for this being such a beautiful vehicle, this stuff should have been printed. You know, there's only a few pieces that are printed. I want to see it all printed. I think that would have been a nice touch to the set, instead of just stickering it up. You know, I just couldn't. I had to really hold myself back putting the stickers on this. I was just about to cry, you know, on these metallic silver pieces. But enough about that, enough of my belly aching. Do I think the set is worth it? If you're into vintage cars or James Bond stuff or 007, you know, this set would be a nice piece to collect. Also, if you're into making your own vehicles, this set's got a good source for that. Inspiration, you can even use the building guide on this to come up with something a bit smaller. Maybe we could maybe scale this down a bit. Other than that though, it is a nice beautiful set, and like I said in the last one, yeah, I do positive reviews. This kept my interest. Alright, this did keep my interest. It wasn't boring, it wasn't repetitious. The only thing is, it's just lots of small pieces, so if you can't stomach a bunch of small parts putting together, you know, this may not be for you. But other than that though, I think it was a very pleasant build. It was a different building experience for me.